once there was real evidence of the impact, once the Younger Dryas impact theory started being discussed by legitimate scientists, and they recognized when they're doing these core samples that they find nuclear glass and they find all of these things like iridium that are very common in space, very rare on Earth, all this very thin layer. It's like, it's real clear there's a time where all this shit goes down.
Yeah, it happened.
And there's also mass die-offs in places. And my friend John Reeves, have you ever seen the Alaska Boneyard on Instagram?
No, I haven't seen that one. Yeah. Wow.
Jamie, pull that up. So he has this piece of land, and he's a gold miner in Alaska. He's a fucking great character. And he has this amazing piece of land that they've pulled out thousands of bones and tusks and woolly mammoths and animals that aren't the Boneyard, Alaska is his Instagram. That things that weren't even supposed to exist in that area. They have absolute proof of these things existing. Different cats and short-faced bears and all kinds of shit. So they're pulling things out every day. He just texted me the other day, asked me to come out and blow out a mastodon bone. I can't make it, bro. I can't make. I'm busy, but I love this dude. And what he's doing up there is all his. This is his property.
Incredible.
So he's got it all documented. He's got warehouses. He spent millions of dollars doing all this stuff. And his one area is only a few acres, man.
Wow.
It's only a few acres.
So imagine what's really up there.
Imagine what's really up there. And what he thinks is that there was a mass die-off that probably happened instantaneously, and all these things got swept in the water and washed down into this one particular area where they collected, and that's where he's finding them.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
So he's got two very specific areas that aren't that big. Just a few acres each. I think the biggest one is like 6 acres.
Wow.
It's crazy. And so they're using these high-pressure hoses, and they shoot into the permafrost, and they slow, because it's, it's cold, it's fuck up there, so everything is just frozen into the ground. So they blast into the permafrost and start to loosen things up, and show some of the images of the warehouses that he has. I mean, insane amounts of tusks and bones. And there's even more than this. The what is the museum in New York that has his bones? Natural History Museum, from the previous owners of this property. They took a bunch of these bones and they wind up dumping some of them in the East River because they had too many of them.
Oh, man.
So then they've sent out people. What is his name? Dirty Water Dan? Don. Dirty Water Don. Dirty Water Don, who's this fucking scuba diver guy who goes into the East River, who found woolly mammoth bones, and what the other one? Bison bones. All these different bones at the bottom of the fucking East River, exactly where he said they would be dumped off. So they dumped them because they had so much of them, and then they have a bunch of them that are still there. So now they have Alaskan politicians who are pressuring the museum to release these things back to these people so they can get them in the hands of people that could fucking study them. Because they just have them locked up, and they're just trying to say that they're theirs. First they tried to deny they have them, then he provided paperwork, and there's proof, and then they denied there was ever any dumped into the East River. But now they pulled them out of the East River. Now they know.
It's real.
So look at this.
That's incredible.
This is insane.
That's an incredible graveyard.
This is insane.
Wow.
Boning. He calls them, when you help, it's a boneyard, so if you go there, you become a boner. So he wants to make me an official boner. So all these bones, I mean, this is just a